They warned us, if the mountain goes quiet, run. Me and Jim were halfway up the south ridge when the wind died like a snuffed candle. No birds, no drip from the melt. Just our boots and Jim's cigar hissing in the fog. My compass spun. The ground under us thumped, not a quake, a heartbeat. Landslide? Jim muttered. Something standing up, I said, right before the ridge cracked between my feet. Pebbles rose in the air like they'd forgotten gravity. A boulder rolled uphill past us. Then the fog tore open. Stone stacked itself into shoulders, arms, a skull with eyes like molten glass. The Goliath pulled free of the slope, showers of rock clattering off its chest. When it looked down, the trees at its waist were matchsticks. Move! I shoved Jim as a slab the size of a truck smacked where we'd been. Dust erased the world. We ran blind along the ridge, listening to mountains shift behind us. Another thump. Then a shadow swallowed the moonlight. A hand of jagged rock came down so fast I could feel the air tear. I dove. The fingers slammed the trail, exploding gravel across my back. Jim rolled, his cigar a single angry star in the haze. We slid into a cleft and hugged the wall. The Goliath leaned over the lip, those furnace eyes burning through the fog. It opened its mouth and the mountain groaned. Rock grind and thunder, a sound that lived in your bones. Headshots, Jim said, dead calm. I nodded because that's what we do when we're outmatched. We pretend we're not. We popped up and fired. The round sparked like we were shooting steel. The thing blinked once, annoyed. The ridge under us lurched sideways. A seam split open, and a blast of heat belched out like we'd uncorked the heart of the volcano. From the chasm came a sound like chains dragged over bedrock. The Goliath reached again. Its fingers scraped the wall 2 feet from Jim's face. The cigar dropped from his mouth and fell end first into the crack. Orange light chased it down, as if something below inhaled. I grabbed Jim's belt and we sprinted along the seam, leaping gaps that kept widening. Behind us, the giant planted a foot. The whole mountain hopped. We cut into a stand of wind-bent pines. Trunks snapped as the hand raked through them. Needles burst like green rain. I juked under a fallen log. Jim dove after me, and a stone thumb hooked his pack and lifted him screaming skyward. I didn't think. I jumped, caught a strap, and swung with him, both of us dangling above a black drop. The Goliath lifted us toward that blazing gaze, curious, almost gentle, the way a child inspects a beetle. I pulled my knife, slashed the strap. We fell. The world turned to whiteness and grit and ringing. When I could hear again, the giant wasn't roaring. The mountain was whispering. Not words. Something older. The sound slid under your ribs and told your heart to stop. The fog thinned just enough to show the Goliath kneeling, pressing its ear to the ground like it was listening back. The whispering answered from deep inside Shasta. Then the Goliath looked up, not at us but past us, toward the summit, as if it had been called. It stood, turned. Each step was an earthquake walking away. Jim spat dust, found a new cigar with shaking hands. We're not the target, he said. No, I told him, watching the fog boil around that retreating colossus. Something higher up is. The wind returned in a single cold rush, and all at once the forest remembered how to breathe. We did not speak again until we were off the mountain. Behind us, somewhere in the cloud, the heartbeat kept going, and every few beats the chains answered. Thank you for stepping into the shadows with us. If you enjoyed this tale, subscribe to Sinister Phantom Tales and make sure to like and share this story with your bravest friends. New hauntings emerge every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so stay close. The next tale may be darker than the last. Every story you hear is original, born from the blood-soaked soil of Tehama County, the cursed woods of Lassen National Forest, and the ancient secrets beneath Mount Shasta. These are not just stories. These are sinister phantom tales. Sleep tight,